and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who do not know me, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today I am talking about makeup products that did not meet expectations. And this is expectations on both sides. I either thought they weren't going to perform as well as they do, or I thought they were going to be total and utter crap. So we are going to talk about that. I have a whole box of products. So yeah, and quickly, this look is filmed. I'm not sure if it's going up before this video or after this video, but it is filmed, and either way I will have it linked down in the description box once it is posted if you guys are curious how I did this look. But we're going to go ahead and get right into the products that did not meet my expectations, and if you would like to see what those products are, just continue watching. So the first product I have here are my Coastal Scents eyeshadows. Now, these I think are a little bit on the controversial side. You have people who absolutely love them. You have people who think they're absolute crap. I went into this with very, very low expectations, especially since I bought them for $1.25 each because I got them when they were on their sale. I personally think that they're okay. Would I go back and purchase any single eyeshadows from Coastal Scents? Probably. Only on their sale though. And I know I put this in my recent video where I saved 5 products, and that's because they're colorful eyeshadows and I can make them work. Now, one thing I've noticed with these is you cannot use a wet base. So say I just plop my NYX Jumbo pencil on there. If I don't set it, these do not blend. These take forever to blend if I do that. And they're not like other shadows where I can do that with and I can get the really impactful. I have to build these up. These take time to work with, especially the blues and the purples. And some of the other shades I have in here are total flops. And if you guys would like to see a video on which shades I really enjoy in here and which ones I think are total flops, let me know down below and I can make that video. I'm just not sure how many people are actually interested in that. So I haven't made that video yet. But these are okay. And I'm glad I went in with low expectations. I'm glad I did not go in thinking that these were going to change my life. Because had I done that, I would have been extremely disappointed. Am I disappointed in some of the shades? Oh yes, I am. I am disappointed in some of those shades. I just wanted to talk about the ColourPop complexion products. Let's start with the foundation. This is not a matte foundation. I don't care how many people tell you this thing dries down. I completely agree with my friend Raven here on YouTube. This does not dry down. I would say it's a demi matte, if anything. Like, it kind of has like a satiny finish. And yeah, I can't get behind this. I think the color looks really great, but this breaks apart on my skin like you would not believe. And I have normal to dry skin, so I don't know. I've tried it with a facial oil and I've tried it without a facial oil, and it just does not agree with me. It breaks up underneath my eyes especially, and around my nose. And I'm wearing it today because I was trying to give it a second go. And with all the lights and stuff on, I don't think you can see that it doesn't sit nicely on my skin. And I'm kind of disappointed in that. But I'll probably use this up and never repurchase it because I'm not a fan of it. I don't know, it doesn't dry down. And then let's talk about this powder. Okay, first of all, yeah, there's that. Sorry, I showed you guys mine. But I already have a dip in this powder. I don't know if you guys can see this. I haven't had this that long, but you have to really get in there and get powder on to set this foundation. This foundation absolutely needs to be set, or you're going to transfer all over the place. It is, I'm going to link Raven's video, her review on this down below, because I do think it is a really good review. And she really goes into kind of depth of why she doesn't like this. But this powder, like she said, is thin. It takes a lot to put on your face. I want to try the loose powder, but I'm not 100% sure because I am just not a fan of these, and this might be the most unpopular opinion I have right now. Let's talk about the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. I hate this stuff. I'm trying to use it up. It's almost gone. I don't like it. I don't know what it is. To me, it's too thin. And I am somebody who wants certain things covered up. I've been using this just to highlight my face recently because just as a general concealer, or if I put it underneath my eyes, I don't like the way it looks. I'm not a fan of it. I don't like the way it looks not being set. I don't like the way it looks being set. It emphasizes the lines underneath my eyes. And that is why I only used it today to highlight the center of my face. Okay, let's talk about a couple face primers here. So this is the Pores No More Luminizer Primer Base by Dr. Brandt. I hate this stuff. Or actually, I don't hate it. I just don't feel like it does anything for me. I'm just like, oh, I'm just putting this on because it's a primer. It doesn't really fill in pores or anything like that for me. I don't know. I don't like it. And then we have this Amuse Color Correcting Face Primer Radiant Glow. I love this stuff. This is $1 on Shop Miss A, and this stuff works. I get redness on my cheeks, but the part I like about it is that it's a little bit tacky and it makes my foundation stay in place. And I think that is the most important thing about a primer, is it helps your foundation stay in place and it helps the wear time of your foundation. And this dollar product does that for me. I mean, I can't make this stuff up. I love that stuff. And I will, as soon as I'm out of this, I will be buying more. You guys can tell I've been using that stuff. Now let's go on to a couple of Pretty Vulgar items. Now, with what had happened with Pretty Vulgar on YouTube prior to them being in BoxyCharm, I had decided I was never going to buy anything from the brand. I'm just meaning everyone basically said that they were crap. And I'm calling their bluff on that because, at least for me, I freaking love this blush. Look at that color. I love it. I love how pigmented it is. I love the color of it. I was expecting this to be crap, and I absolutely love it. And then let's talk about this gel eyeliner. If I run out of this stuff, you best bet your butt I'm buying another one, because this has been one of the best gel eyeliners I've ever used. And I've used a heck of a lot of gel eyeliners. If you don't believe me, go back into video land of my channel and you will find a bunch of different gel eyeliners, and this one is the best. I love how black it is. I love that it stays in place. I love that it doesn't move, it doesn't transfer. Yes! I have some Kokie products here. I'm gonna just grab all of these that are kind of hit and miss. It just depends on which ones you grab. I'm not a fan of Kokie's eyeshadow formula. I will just say that. I have a full review of Kokie products up on my channel if you would like to see that. We're gonna start with the Kokie Stay Dry Waterproof Mascara. I am not a fan of this mascara, and it has nothing to do with the mascara formula. It is the wand. I am just not a fan of this wand. It's just kind of eh. It's a very thin but very overly bristly wand, if that makes any sense. It just does not do anything for my lashes, and this mascara is freaking impossible to get off your eyelashes. So if you're looking for at least a waterproof mascara, this stuff stays. Let's talk about this Kokie blush palette, because I absolutely love this blush palette. They're kind of shimmery blushes, but these two shades are just beautiful. And you can use this one if you're like me and kind of fair. It works as a highlighter, and I actually really like that. But these two blushes, they're just beautiful on the skin. And I really like their blush formula. And I kind of want to try a few more blushes from them. And then let's talk about these freaking amazing eyeliners. Okay, if I'm going to do this, I have to bring this up. So I'm not a fan of the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. I know, unpopular opinion, I prefer these guys. These stay as long as this does. These are more inexpensive, and mind you, I just went to Walmart and saw that they're on clearance for $3. So it looks like I'm going to have to order the rest of the colors that I want from the Kokie website. You guys don't sit on these. These are awesome. These are freaking amazing, and I highly recommend trying them. This is just too expensive for what it is, in my opinion, and if I can get drugstore products that perform as well as high-end ones, I'm going to go and pick up the drugstore ones over the high-end. And I have a black one somewhere. I don't know where the black one is. But this is just and these are amazing in my opinion. Okay, let's get on to something a little different. We're going to talk about the Hell Pore Cleanup Mask. I am a fan of the black charcoal peel-off masks. I absolutely love them. I use them at least once a week. Sometimes it's once every 2 weeks. It just depends on my skin and what I like. I'm going to let you guys know, steam your face before using these, because if you steam your face, you're going to get a whole bunch of crap out of your face, and it's just amazing. I also like this because it's like waxing your face, and then it helps with makeup application. This mask I've used 3 times. I absolutely hate it. I don't like the consistency. It's a very sticky and goopy mask, and it says it only takes 15 minutes to dry, and I put on a really thin layer the first time I used this. It took 2 hours. 2 hours to dry. Am I going to use this up? Probably, because I bought it, and that's just how I am. Am I going to like using it? No, because I'm going to have to sit around with a black mask on my face for 2 hours. That's not what I want to do. I have another one that only takes a half an hour to dry, and I'd rather use that one. I tried this because people were talking about it, and I am always behind on the hype, and I thought I'd try it out. Okay, we're gonna go for my ultimate unpopular opinion. Are you guys ready for my unpopular opinion? The Zodiac palette is just okay. I expected to like this so much more from all of the hype on YouTube. I'm just not impressed with this. I feel like BH Cosmetics has better shadow quality. Now, I'll say for the bake shadows in this and the highlight, those are pretty good. The mattes, however, for me, are very hit and miss. I cannot stand this green. It does not look green on your eyes, and if you try and use it with any other shadow, it just muddies, and it does not blend into the other shadow like a typical eyeshadow would. That and like this like black shade and then this shade, they're just okay. And this dark purple is very hard to blend, in my opinion. I don't know. I just feel like they missed the mark on this, or maybe I got like a bad palette. I'm not sure. But this is like the only BH Cosmetics palette I have in my collection that I am just not over the moon with. And that actually shocked me. I don't know about you guys, but let me know down below. What are your opinions on this palette? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I feel like I have a very unpopular opinion about the Zodiac palette. Okay, so the next item I want to get into are these ColourPop Supernova shadows. I've talked about these a little bit before, but these shadows are very hit and miss. I feel like these two, which are in Firecracker and Hard to Impress, work well, and then Moonlit I struggle with. This gets all patchy on my eyes. But with all 3 of these, I find that they do not have long lasting power. I feel like they don't last long on my eyes. No matter what I do, if I like, I don't know. And they don't blend very well at all. And I'm kind of disappointed in that because there's a few other shades that I want, but I feel like I don't know if I'm going to get a good one. And that makes me not want to order. But on the flip side of that, let's talk about AOA Studios liquid eyeshadows. I love these. This one is in Fume and this one is in Litmus. These are actually freaking awesome and work really well on the eyes. If you guys are sitting on AOA Studio, why? Go try some of their stuff. Like, seriously, it's $1 and it's just freaking amazing. This is actually A20, so it might be a little more expensive. I think these might have been $1.50. If I can find them, I'll link them down below just so you guys know. But freaking amazing. I love this, and seriously, I'm always impressed with what I buy from Shop Miss A for the most part. NYX Vivid Bright eyeliners. Ugh. These just crack on your eyes. If you guys have thought about getting these, I wouldn't do it. I have to use this product from Medusa's Makeup, their eyeliner seal, to make it so that these don't crack. And I think if you have to go through and purchase something else to be able to use a product, you shouldn't get it. Like, the product should work on its own, and these do not. That is why I have not added any more of the NYX Vivid Brights to my collection, because I don't feel like I should have to use something else to make these work. And I have to use that eyeliner seal anytime I use these and put it over the top, because for whatever reason it smooths out the formula. They don't crack on my eyes after using that. These were such a letdown. Then we're going to talk about the shock of a century, the Wet n Wild Megaglo Contouring Palette. I've been sitting on this a long time, and it's the Dulce de Leche one, and I freaking love this. I feel like it blends really well. I feel like it, like, I don't know. I love the contouring palette a lot. Powder a lot. I have not used this one. I want to use it to set my under eyes. I just haven't not gotten around to using it, but I really do like it, and that shocked me. Let's talk about lipsticks I don't like. These are the Covergirl Melting Pout Matte Lipsticks. I don't know if it's just the dark colors that suck butt, but I don't like these. Sorry, that was a graphic comment, but that's how I feel. They just are not good. I can't believe I said that on camera. Anyway. Hi, my name's Danielle, and that's the most off-color thing I've ever said on camera. You're welcome. I'm sorry. Oh, man. But I really don't like these. I feel like I really have to build them up to get any pigment. And because these ones do not work well, I just feel like I should not be using any of the other ones if there are any good ones out there that freaking work. Because these do not. I have continuously tried to use them. I keep debating whether I want to keep them in my collection or get rid of them. I'm just not sure. I've used the blue one on camera, and if you guys remember that tutorial, I was reapplying that stuff like crazy because it just was so sheer. I have a lot more products in here. I'm just letting you guys know. This might be a long video. I should have said that in the beginning. I'm sorry. We're going to talk about these Paddington lashes. That's what they look like. I have tried to put these on several times. I don't know what it is about these, but I absolutely do not like them. I can't stand them. I've worn them in one tutorial, and if I remember correctly, it took me 20 minutes to put these things on. I wear other lashes a lot. And these are just not my, I just don't know. I don't know if the band's too thick and I'm used to much thinner or what, but these just do not work for me. And I really have to finagle them with my eye shape, and I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of these. Okay, let's go back to a product I love and was like not expecting to love. I just felt like these were just so overhyped, and I was like, fine, I'm gonna buy some minis of them. But the Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche liquefied lipsticks, their minis are so cute. Look at a mini. I love these. I love the way they wear on my lips. I love how I love they're long lasting. They're beautiful on the lips. And I'm so glad I got the colors that I got because they're so pretty. And yeah, at some point I probably will buy some more Bite Beauty stuff because sometimes you need some things. Let's talk about two mascaras, one of which I love and one which I just am not a fan of. So the first one is the Tarte Tarteist Lash Paint Mascara. I hate this stuff. Like, once it's used up and gone, I will never ever in my life repurchase this. It makes my lashes super clumpy. I have to be super careful. And I'm not a fan of the rubberized wand in this. I don't know. It's just bleh. I'm not a fan of it. It just makes it goopy and gross. But then let's talk about the Medusa's Makeup Witch Lash Mascara. This one has a rubberized wand too. I don't know what is different in this. I think it's because the bristles are, there's more of them, and they're much more spiky than the Tarte one. Do you guys see the difference in there? But, oh, I don't want to put the Tarte one in my Witch Lash. That would just be ridiculous. But I enjoy this mascara so much, and I love that it's from an indie brand, and it is something that I definitely want to repurchase once I use this up. I've opened too many mascaras. That's a whole other video. Danielle's problem with mascaras, because it's a big one. Let's talk about the Kokie Cosmetics So Matte Mattifying Foundation Primer. So, I've kind of had mixed feelings about this ever since I got it. You have to press this into the skin. You can't smooth it over your face like other ones. This is a press into the skin. And I only use this if I'm going to use it. I use it right here and on my forehead, and that is it. That's because if I'm going to get oily, it's going to be right there. And I live in Arizona, and so I sweat, and so makeup melts off my face. But if I use this and I put it on my forehead and I put it right in here by my nose, that foundation stays right there. But you have to push it in. I don't think this is a good all over face primer. I think this is a more for people with like oily or combination skin. And like I said, mine is typically normal to dry. Let's talk about this, the Pure Cosmetics Exfo Lips Plumping Lip Exfoliator. I've used this a few times, if you guys can tell. I hate this lip exfoliator, but I love the way it smells. I'm just not a fan of like how this exfoliates my lips. I'm just not. I'm trying to use it up and get it out of my collection, and it would not be something I repurchase. I just don't think it does a good job, and I have other lip exfoliators that do a much better job than this one. Okay, so we're going to do 2 more products, and they're both products I love. We're going to talk about the Studio Makeup Loose Luminous Blush. I know some of you are afraid of this blush, but I just love the color, and I love the way it is. I have to use the smallest amount of this blush, and I'm wearing it today, and I absolutely love the color. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of that blush. It is beautiful. It goes on, and I mean it. I use the smallest amount, and it covers both cheeks. It works. And we're going to talk about the Maybelline Fit Me Fairlight 10 powder. I was not expecting to love this as much as I do, but I think after I use this and my Coty Airspun powder that I will probably be repurchasing this over the Coty Airspun. And it's mostly because the Coty Airspun has just a horrible scent, and I'm just not a fan of it. It's too overly scented, and I just can't handle it, and that's why I've been reaching for this and not really using my Coty Airspun lately, in case you guys are wondering where that went. Yeah, so. Well, what products either like exceeded your expectations, met your expectations, or totally did not meet your expectations? Leave those down below. Are any of these ones that surprised you? Leave that down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Thanks again, and bye!